Wow, it's a windy one. Good morning, good afternoon actually. Right, today I'm down in Rotherby in Leicestershire. What I'm going to do, I haven't got anything on the channel for a good while now. I had a rest from YouTube and I'm still continuing to do that for the paranormal channel. But basically I'm going to be sleeping overnight in this 12th century church, and hopefully we have a quiet peaceful night. Hope you enjoy that. I'm going to show you around the church in a bit, and we'll probably see if we can get a little bit of paranormal activity. I haven't brought no equipment. I'm getting over using that now, so we'll do the general basic ghost hunting inside the church a little bit later, but it will be minor and short. But I'm not here for that. I'm here for sleeping overnight, and it is a 12th century church. It's a beautiful church. I will show you around, and it's cold in there. It's quite windy out here, and you can hear the wind rattle the roof rafters while you're in there. So hopefully this wind will die down and I can have a peaceful night's sleep tonight. What I have noticed is that the church there is on a funny position actually. I've never known a church in that side of type of position, but it is weird. After all, it is a nice church, it's a beautiful church, and I'm rambling on. So what I'll do is I'll take you in there, and welcome to Paul Tansley's Urban Paranormal. I think that's what we call it today. We'll see you there. Yeah. It is open. Oh, it's quite a heavy door actually. The one thing this church does have is its own jams, homemade of course, and here we are, we have Seville Orange. And I'm not sure how much they are, whether it's a donation or not, I'm not sure, but they look pretty good. They've got damson, plum, blackberry, apple, everything you need, local honey, and blackberry and pork jelly. Very nice. There we go. There we go. There's one toilet there. Got a ladder here, which goes into the bell tower. The bell tower is actually up there, as you can see in the hole. They put this plank here maybe to stop people from climbing up the ladder, but they ain't going to go up there anyway. I don't know how safe this ladder is, to be honest. It looks safe enough, but you never know. Anyway, we've got the bell actually doesn't ring. Right, that's... Okay, that is the clock, not the bell. The clock rings every hour apparently. It's only rang 3 times and it's 4 o'clock, so perhaps they put their clocks forward a day early. We do put the clocks forward tonight, so we're going to get an extra hour in bed, I think. Or is it an extra less hour, isn't it, in bed? We get 1 less hour in bed. That's okay, because we're up early and out anyway in the morning. As I was saying, here we are with the pulley ropes there. You can just see those ropes there. The bells do work, but you have to pull those ropes to make them ring. And to be honest, I think they only pull those bells when there's a service on, so I ain't going to do that. Might get myself in trouble if I pull them bells, so we're not going to do that. But this is the toilet anyway. We'll just leave the toilet there, and we'll walk up to the... I always call it a christening bowl, to be fair. I don't know, where they wet the baby's head on christenings, that's that kind of thing. That's what that is. Can't think it's anywhere else. I don't know whether that comes up or not. It is, but it's very, very heavy. Very heavy. Very heavy, that. So I'm not going to lift that off just yet. I've got this funny looking wheel here. This bell... It's called a bell hammer, or bell eye hammer. That's it. Oh, I don't know what that actually means. Is it French? We've got the swing chime rope wheel, circa 1611 AD. So obviously it's been around a long time, and it's quite a few hundred years old. And it was last used in 1898. And you would imagine swinging the bell up and down with one of those wheels there. So I've got a little library there if you want to read. We've got something there, what a picture, I'm not sure what that is actually. Is it the table of feast? I don't know what it is that, but interesting. So this is the top end of the church. Let's just have a little walk down here. There's a massive organ. It's one of the biggest organs I've seen around for a while. There we go. And let's have a look at that. I don't know whether it works or not. No, doesn't actually work. I would imagine you have to pipe it up or something like that. Let's put that back down. So that's when I'm walking. That's the organ there. And there's even a fitted kitchen laying on. So looks great actually. I don't think I'd have it in my house, mind, but it's pretty dark. Matches the church. There we go, look. And we've even got a sink here. There's hot and cold water in that. We've got the old kettle, microwave, which we'll be using later, toaster there if you want some toast, and another microwave there. Is that a microwave oven or grill? Yep, it's a microwave oven. So I don't know what that is. Probably something to put your sandwiches on, I don't know, to cut your cheese and that kind of thing. I don't know whether I'd use it, not knowing where it's been, but you never know. But that's the kitchen area. We'll see if we can get a better view of that. There we go, look. So we'll have a walk down in the middle of the pews, and we'll have a look back down at the church there. There's the church pews, all in good order. Very clean and tidy. This is where the vicar or reverend or whatever you call them will go up the stairs here and do the sermons. There we go, look. So they've got the view of the whole church and the whole people. What come? Quite high up actually for a pew, this one. Got Xavier there, brought Xavier with me. Hi Xavier, right? There is a visitor's book here as well, which I will sign when we've left, and the last man here was Wayne Kemp of Stevenage in Hertfordshire. 80s outdoors. So he's a YouTuber as well, yeah. So he was the last person here. And that was on the 20th of February. But we have had visitors since then, because there's another visitor's book over there, which people come to walk round. The church is open to people till 4 o'clock, so it's now officially in our hands, so we can lock the door now, and nobody else can get in. I don't think the door's locked, and I haven't locked it yet. But people can actually officially walk in the church. I don't know what they think about seeing us with camp beds in here, but it is all legal. We're not trespassing by any means in a church, so don't get the wrong idea of that. And that's what this is about: sleeping in a church, which nobody actually ever does, and I bet you haven't either. So if you fancy doing that, Rotherby, which is in Leicestershire, is probably central to most places. There's one or two scattered around different parts of the country, but this is the closest to us. It's about 75 miles from where I live. So we've got the camp beds here, you can see those. And the hot water bottle there, we've got one each. Xavier's got one, I've got one. Yeah, it is pretty cold in here, but we have got heaters on. That's an extra £10 if you want heating on. I think it is worth putting it on, actually. It does make a little bit of difference. Not a massive amount, but it takes the edge off the chill, and probably have a more comfortable night with it on rather than with no central heating at all. Probably leave it on all night, to be honest. I don't know how warm my sleeping bag's going to be. I brought one of the army types, so it should be warm, but I do have trouble getting warm in sleeping bags, me, and hopefully I'll have no trouble tonight. In here, it's not freezing cold, but it is chilly. Right, so we walk into the, I don't know if this is called a chancel. I don't know. Not sure about churches, but this is where there's a table here, as you can see. I don't know what they use that for, but probably to put coffins on funerals or things like that. I don't know. If you look down from the church from here, got a great, lovely wooden roof there. You can see that. So it's a lovely structured roof on there. In here, we have a fire escape. That's locked. Okay, we can go through here. If anything happens, just in case there's a fire, we can get out into the graveyard through the door over there. Nothing really interesting in this room, to be fair, and it's really cold in here. It's quite open to the church. Look up there. So some of this cold will actually go into the church. Might have been better off blocking that off, to be fair. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put my coat on because it's really cold outside. I'm going to take you on the outside while it's day. And when it goes dark tonight, I'll take you on the outside when it's dark as well. Right, we're outside. Put the coat on, but it's quite chilly out here. Hopefully this will keep you a little bit warmer. The sun's shining at least, though. It's not raining. So if you want for that wind, it'll probably be a nice day. But that wind is really cold. Right, okay, so let me take you around. I'll turn the camera around so you can see where I'm going. There we go. So that's the church, that's the front. The path will take you down to the road outside. It's a very quiet road. A very narrow road as well. It's awkward. I've got to park on the road. And two cars won't actually fit around me, so they'll have to keep stopping to get around me. Anyway, there we go with a couple of trees. 1995, 2001, 86. So they're the newer ones. I'm not sure whether they actually still do funerals here. I don't know, but some quite old graves. This is a 12th century church, so it's quite old. Right, turn the camera back round again. Let's have a look at a few of these stones here. 1900. The writing's actually almost gone on that one. Early 1900s, so you can see there 1901. Let's have a walk down here. See if we could see some really old ones. Whether there'll be any 12th century ones here, I don't know. But I would imagine the church has probably been rebuilt since then. There's no writing on this one. If there is, it's gone. So that's probably old. Let's have a look at this one over here. 1931. Yeah, so there's some newer ones there. 1970, I just passed that one. 2024 there. So they still do funerals here. Yeah. There we go. 1989, 1965, 1922, to 2002, sorry, yeah, 2002, 1962, the 1960s, some old ones here. Let me show you those. There we go. Quite old ones. bell's ringing now, which I find strange because the bells don't ring without the strings being pulled. So I don't know what's going off there. Right, we're going back in the church. So that's the outside. It's a very small church outside, a very small graveyard, but it's peaceful. It's high up off the road, and it's right smack in the middle of the village. And if you want to have a walk to the nearest village, which is Holby, there is a path right at the side of the church. I think it's called Holby or Holby. Let's have a look. It's called Holby, H-O-B-Y, or Hobby, Holby, and that path will take you direct to the village. Not sure how far it is, but that is the nearest village to here. Right, we'll have a walk back in. As I say, this door is very heavy. Oh yeah. Right, I'm going to get the keys and I'm going to lock this door. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to make a cup of coffee for Zab, a cup of tea for me. Got the kettle on over here for that to boil. So there we go, nice tea for me and a coffee for Xavier. All set. All we need now are the biscuits. So what I'm going to do now, I'm actually not going to have any biscuits. I'm going to put a sandwich on, and that's a microwave sandwich, so nice and make it nice and warm. A bit like a toasty, and hopefully this works. Right, that's the pot's done, and while it's soaking, I'm going to have a rest and sit down and have a look on the internet, if I can get a signal, that is. Well, it's just gone 6 o'clock and we've had us dinner, so a couple of cups of tea. I'm just chilling out now. Zab's all nicely tucked up in bed there. I'm going to try and hold out as long as I can. It's not very warm in here, to be fair, but it's not freezing either, so as long as you've got a nice coat on and a couple of heaters going, it's not too bad. So I'm going to listen to some music and hopefully about 8 o'clock put some tea on, have my tea, then probably have an early night. Yeah, so I've had a little look at the booklet, what comes with the church actually, and found out a little bit more about it. Something I didn't really know before I read it. So what we got there is actually the picture. I wasn't sure what it was. I think it's the apparently the Last Supper. So there we go with that. So we're just going to the bell tower, which is here. I had trouble finding the light switch earlier, so this is the light switch here, which I eventually found, and turn the light off, on, leave it on all night actually. It'll save me trying to find a light if I come to the toilet. And up there, I pointed that out earlier actually, where the clock tower is and the belfry is, and apparently I think one of the vicars got evicted or got his house possessed in the 12th century, 13th century, and he came to live up there in that. up there actually in the belfry, and apparently he lived there for quite a while until he could find somewhere else to live. I could imagine climbing up the ladder every day, going and coming down to the toilet. If there was one in them days, and it probably wasn't. But yeah, it's remarkable living in a place like that. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little walk outside. It's dark now, and just have a look, see if any floodlights are out there, or even if the building's lit up on the outside, it'll look nice. Oh, there we go. Oh, that was good timing. Anyway, can't see any floodlights. Let's have a look round the bike. All the clouds cleared now, and looking very, very open in there. I can see all the stars and everything, which I can't see at home in Sheffield. It's quite nice, but it's turning cold. Let's have a look down here. Let's have a look there. Right, okay. I think this is the oldest part of the graveyard, this side here. This is the original part. And I did make a mistake, by the way, earlier when I said the actual church was 12th century. It's not. Oh, birds. It is 13th century. And a lot of it has been built over the years, so there's part of it was built in the 14th, 15th century. And it was got into some sort of dilapidated condition in the 19th century, and was totally almost rebuilt in the 19th century, or remodernised in the 19th century. And most of the things you find in there come from that period, around about 1800s, 1830, something like that. And there are some paintings in here which I'll get to see in a bit, because all the lights are out at the moment because Sabby is asleep, and they've been in there about 100 years. So I've just walked back into the porchway, and it's remarkable how warm it is in here compared to just outside there. And they're not even real doors really, there's only mesh on it, and it is a hell of a lot warmer in here. Right, back into the church now, and probably look a right weirdo outside filming with a light on if I get seen with anybody, so that's enough of that. Anyway, I'm just having a look at the visitors book here. Have a look at this. Get that. Can you see that on camera? I think it's quite difficult to film on here, but anyway, the earliest mention on here is August the 30th, 1967. So this book goes back a long, long time. It's been here about 60 years. So quite an old book. So if you do come to this All Saints church, it is All Saints, called All Saints. I think I mentioned it earlier actually, what the church was actually called. And if you do come down to Rotherby, just have a little walk in and have a look for yourself. So I switched the panelling lights on actually, it's look quite nice. Turn the main lights off and put them on. It looks nice and cosy in that kitchen. I'm going to cook my tea, and tonight I'm going to have lasagna. So there it is, lasagna. I'm going to put it in the microwave. Time. Oh, right. Set the pot. Right, so I've got the lasagna on. It takes 10 minutes, so I can only set that timer to 6 minutes. So I'm going to have to let it go through and restart it for another 4 minutes. Okay, that should be cooked. Do it for 10 minutes. Kettle's boiling. Nice cup of tea. There we go. I'm going to drink it. Now it's just a tester now. Let's see if we can get it to really hot. Okay. That's cooked. Right, what I brought is some cheese. So we're going to put some cheese on top of that. hopefully it's all been grated, done that at home. And where's the lid for that? There, and there we go. Have a look at that. Right, so I've sat at the table, eat it there. This is a taste test. Oh God, that's wonderful. Really hot. So I've read the visitors book actually, and I was trying to work out how long they'd been championing this church. Apparently it started last March, so it's been 12 months. The first entry to the book is in May last year. There hasn't been a great deal of people coming actually, probably one a month, one every 6 weeks, something like that. So it's not been a great deal of people, but the people who have come have enjoyed it, and so it's got good reviews. Spending the night in this church. Hopefully people will get to know about it and come and use this church overnight. It's great really, and I've really enjoyed it, and I've only been here about 5-6 hours, so 7 hours maybe actually, but yeah, I'm going to get my head down. It's actually warmed up a little bit now, so that wind's dropped outside. It's made it a little bit warmer in here, to be fair, and hopefully we'll have a good night's sleep. We have a hot water bottle issued as well. There's two, there's one each, so there's a couple of hot water bottles. I've just got a feeling it might be a little bit warm with that, so but it's there if needed, because it can get very cold at night, and it is cold outside. When I had a walk round, it was almost, well, it was touching freezing point, so but it's actually warmed up a little bit in here. Now, if you want the heating is extra £10. I would recommend having that in winter, because it does make a big difference. It's all down in your area. It doesn't actually warm the church up. It warms the area where you're actually sleeping. It makes it a little bit more comfortable, I think. So it's a tenner to me, is well worth spent. I was going to do a bit of a paranormal investigation. I wasn't going to do no equipment or anything, just put this spirit talker on and see if anything came through really. I don't rely on spirit talkers, you know, they're nothing to cry home about, but I was going to do one, but I've read up about this church while I've been here, and apparently there's been no record or reports of any hauntings in this church whatsoever. So I want to keep it respectable. I do not want to go and frighten people away anyway. So this church is trying to look after itself by getting people in like me, champion. And I think the last thing they want is a paranormal investigator coming around the church, asking who's actually haunting the church, or when possibly there's nobody haunting this church at all. No reports, no nothing, so I'm happy with that, and I'm going to keep it like that. So I'm going to get my head down. It's 10 o'clock, and I'll see what it's like in the morning. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Okay, it's 4 o'clock in the morning. I've had to get up a little bit because to refill the hot water bottles. Mine's actually okay. Xavier's has gone cold because he's just got blankets. But in my sleeping bag, it's held the heat. So it's still pretty warm, but while I'm up anyway, I might as well do both of them. Hopefully I can get 2 or 3 more hours skip, nice and cosy. So new hot water bottles for me. Well, good morning. We got through the night, and a good night we've had. It's been fairly warm actually. Had to get up at 4 o'clock to change the water bottle around, but apart from that, everything was great. You know, I've got a good sleeping bag, and I think if I hadn't had the hot water bottle, I might have struggled a little bit with the cold, but we didn't, and at the worst I could have always put these on. So it's now just gone 7. We got up about 7. It's about 7:15 now. It's light, and to be fair, it's really 6:15 because we had to put the clocks forward into British summertime. So we're now in British summertime, and we've left the winter. You wouldn't think so when you've been in here, but it's that cold. But we certainly feeling a little bit more warmer as the days goes on. So hopefully it'll continue to do that, and I think if I do come here again, and I probably will, it'll be in summer. But what I do recommend is actually coming and doing it, because it's a real pleasure to sleep in a church, and it's something not everybody does, and not everybody wants to. Everybody, thinks, oh, it's scary, but it's not being scary at all. It's not a scary church. To be fair, it's very good, very nice, and yeah, I have had Xavier here with me, but it might probably made a little bit of difference. I'd have wanted to come if I had come on my own. I don't know. I'd have been a bit more apprehensive, I suppose. But now I've been and slept in this church, I probably would do it alone without any doubts. We got here about 3 o'clock yesterday, and the lady brought the key to us, and we locked the doors at 4 o'clock. And once we've locked those doors at 4 o'clock, we're the sole custodians of this church, so nobody else can get in, nobody else is allowed in, and just us two. And we have to leave the key. Well, it just shows us where to leave the key, but I'll explain. You can get explained all that if you do actually come and do an evening here. But we're having a cup of tea at the moment, just having a drink and a few biscuits, so not bothering having a breakfast, not hungry, but we'll have that, and by 8 o'clock I should be locking up and out of here. Yeah, regarding a few noises you hear in the night, you might hear a few taps and that kind of thing, but obviously you can hear the bell go off, but if you close the door, it doesn't disturb you at all. It goes off supposedly every hour, but I think this has been going off at least twice an hour at different times, so that's how it seems anyway. You can also hear the odd train going past as well. There's a train line quite nearby, you can hear that. And we must be on a flight path, so you can hear the aeroplanes fly over during the night as well. I did wonder what that was at first, and realised it was a plane flying right over the building. So apart from that, nice and quiet, great night's sleep. So these paintings actually were installed in 1898, so they've been here 128 years, a long time, and the paint's still great as well. The tomb, by the way, was brought into life from the 13th century, again about in the 19th century. There's actually no body in there, but it's a very old tomb. So that's it for my visit today, over the night. It's been a great night, very comfortable, and pretty warm too. So if you fancy coming, yeah, give it a try. It's a great place to come, and it's All Saints Church in Rotherby in Leicestershire. I want to leave you with a few clips of the inside before we go, and hopefully inspire you to come and at least visit this place. Until the next one, we'll see you soon.